How's it going? What's up, everyone? I never know when it's live, so how's everyone doing? It's RobFuz here with my main man, Adam. What's up, Adam?
How's it
I
going,
need a
guys?
bell, like ding, 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 ding. My friend always says that's so Jersey whenever they that. That's just a New Jersey thing, I guess. What's up, pal? Welcome home. Welcome back. What's
Welcome
going on?
back.
I don't know. I don't know if everyone knows where you've been. What's going on? Where you been, pal?
Yeah,
Let everyone
I've
know.
been
It's in the
to.
title there.
It's in the title there. I've been to Disneyland Paris. I am shattered. So yeah,
And it's not even a time zone difference. Shouldn't be that
it,
bad. So
no, it's just from all the walking and the days of running around trying to have fun,
that's
and
true.
then you kind of get home. We got home last night around 8 o'clock. And then by the time I'd taken Ebony back to her mum's and come home and chilled out, it was like 10 o'clock. And then I threw myself straight back into work today. So, which,
Okay. Well, that stinks.
oh.
It's always the worst. That stinks.
Yeah. So, yeah, but there we go. I'm back. So, got a few people in the chat already. We've got Tyler Maltz, Brandon's brother. So, we got
Hey,
Ruth.
Tim.
Hey, Ruth, how you doing?
What's up, Bruce?
Nick from Magical News Live. He's listening
Nick.
in the background.
That's
Cheers,
cool,
Nick.
Nick.
Welcome.
Thanks.
Noah says, "Hey Rob, hey Adam." So
Hey,
Andy's in as well, and Arjon's welcome, Arjon's as well.
Arjon's Disney legend. What's up, brother? How's it going, man? That's cool. Everyone's saying hi to Arjon's too. That's awesome. So sweet. So definitely someone's channel's grown a little bit since we last talked to him, ladies and gentlemen.
That might be down to a little help from a certain channel called Resort TV One, and yeah, the really fun stream that Ebony and I did for almost 3.5 hours. Wow, that was fun, exhausting, but yeah, good fun. Yeah, 3.5 hours with Resort
Yeah,
TV One on
Adam did a live stream for Resort TV One on Saturday, and it was great, man. You did such a great job. It was such an awesome job.
Thank
Very
you, man.
good.
Yeah, that I was so nervous and so scared about doing that stream because I'd like when we got there Friday. I mean, I was nervous about what the connections would be like in France anyway, because I'd been reading up online and I'd been hearing that UK networks were generally throttled over there, and you got really poor sort of upload and download speeds, in terms of megs and stuff. So I was like, oh, is it going to work? So I went out there with as many contingency plans as I could. So I tried the park Wi-Fi. I tried my own UK network. I'm with O2. I took out a portable mobile hotspot with an EE SIM card in it. Now EE was a merger that BT bought out when they merged Orange, which was one network over here, and T-Mobile, which you get in the United States as well. And they merged the two of them to form EE. Now France use Orange as one of their main two mobiles, so I was told EE was going to be quite good, but when I got there, that wasn't working either. And so I went and bought an Orange SIM card from an Orange shop in France as well.
What is that? What's the cost of some of that stuff? Just out of curiosity.
It only cost me like €15. So
Okay, not bad.
excuse me. Yeah, so that wasn't too bad. It was like 10 gigabytes worth of data. So I put that into my mobile hotspot, and I did like 3 tests. I did one on the Friday, and that was flipping between O2, EE, and Disney Park Wi-Fi.
That's crazy.
And then I did like another 2 tests on Saturday, and none of them were going to plan. It was a complete nightmare. And I was like, oh my God, this stream is going to car crash. It's going to be horrendous. It's going to just, there'll be about 5 people clinging on watching because it's just going to drop out and bomb out every time. And then all of a sudden it was all right on the night. So yeah, it was.
Yeah, it worked out good. You did it right though. You definitely. I saw the tests. They weren't horrible. Some of the tests, like from my perspective, unfortunately, every time Adam said, "Oh, go check out the tests," and our friends and everything, I just wasn't there. I'm sorry. So I came back and looked at it and everything, but it was good. It wasn't that bad. And then, and then obviously once you did it, it was great. It was a grand slam. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, it was. It all went to plan. Ruth is saying Ebony was such a trooper. Yeah, Ruth, she was.
She was great.
Yeah, that was So I was Josh was messaging me, sort of saying, do some speed tests with your Orange SIM card in your hotspot, do some speed tests. So I was kind of going around different areas of the park, and this is like an hour before the stream, half an hour before the stream, 20 minutes.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. And I'm running around trying to do these speed tests. Ebony decides from all the walking that we've been doing, she's pulled a muscle in her calf.
Oh, no.
And to the point where she's in tears when I'm trying to touch it, to see how bad it was. And it was like, and she could barely walk. So I'm trying to give her a piggyback and carry her around the park with my rucksack and my camera and everything.
You're awesome.
And then I was like, look, I can't carry everything anymore. And she was like, okay, put me down. I'll try and walk. So when I went to put her down, she fell on her backside and then she cried again. And I was like, oh God, this is going to be horrendous. She's not going to be able to walk. And we're going to do a live stream stuck in one place. And then she kind of walked, like there was a princess show on, like, I don't know, 30 minutes, 30 minutes before the show, before the stream. So we kind of watched that quickly. And then that finished about 10 minutes before we went live.
Okay.
And all of a sudden she could walk again and everything just fell into place.
That's awesome. It's a miracle. I know you mentioned it too during live stream, but I didn't realize it was that
other than like
severe.
The first 2 minutes were a bit cagey because it did drop out a couple of times, but then after that it was great. So yeah, we had a blast. So
that's cool.
Yeah, Ruth saying poor Ebony. Yeah, so Lisa's popped in. Hey Lisa, how you doing? Lisa Post. Yeah, she's popping in quick.
I was cracking up because I've seen all your live streams pretty much on his channel is AdamsLand. Definitely go subscribe to it. It's in the links below. With his daughter Ebony, who he's talking about, her links below too. So definitely, please go check out their channels. They're awesome, and they're partner channels of mine, obviously. So we just became partners last week too. We got Our Theme Life, Alpha Traveler 1, AdamsLand, Ebony's little channel. And we got Road Trip Dave. I don't know if you heard while you were gone. He's a bad boy now. I don't know if you heard that, Adam, or not. Road Trip. Oh, hold on. Do that again. You're supposed to. You forgot the etiquette, Adam.
Oh, sorry.
You're supposed to. Hold on a second. I'm gonna put it on me. You're supposed to cheers, and when I see you cheers, that's when I go to you. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to knock this back because this is my last whiskey. So I'm just gonna yeah. Cheers.
All right. Next time though. But yes, I wanted to get the plug in there, so I definitely check out AdamsLand. He got what are you at 200 something subscribers now, which is awesome.
223, I think. So, which is awesome. Not bad going. I think I was on. What was I on when we went out to Paris? About 160-ish, give or take. Yeah. So and
224, Adam. 224.
224. Oh, I must have just gained one.
Ebony's 133, which is Ebony broke the 100 mark there, so that's awesome.
Yes, so Ebony was only on. Ebony herself was only on either 62 or 66. One of those, like around that area anyway. When we started that live stream with Resort TV One, and bless it, I mean Jenna from Resort TV One, your good self, Mike from Our Theme Life, and the great Marco, who is the greatest statistician.
He's awesome. Marathon Marco. Hashtag Marathon
Marco. Yeah. He comes up with all the stats. Hashtag all the stats. In very little time. He's awesome. Amazing. I do imagine him having a computer that's kind of like sitting on the bridge at Star Trek. Just monitoring it. Just compiling all these stats and everything. Yeah. He's phenomenal. But like you guys all pushed and said, let's get Ebony to 100, and she did, and she did a happy dance, and then everyone was like, let's make Adam dance. so obviously,
that's the only thing I missed. I didn't get to see the whole thing. I was making sauce when you were doing the thing, and I had my ear things on. I saw a lot of it. We were making sauce in the backyard. Yeah, so I saw the stills, but I got to tell me the marker where you're dancing in the live stream. So
I've not seen it back yet. So I know Ruth was looking for it as well. So
hey, Meg,
welcome Janet and Julia and Meg. Yep.
Welcome everyone. Hey Janet. Hey Julia.
So it is me who subscribed. Oh, Andy, thank you very much. Andy is the one that's just subscribed during the stream. So thank you, Andy. That's really appreciated. So yeah. Yeah,
but my point too was, I was getting there. I've seen all of Adam's live streams. He does a great job and everything, and he's fairly new. I think you've done 3. I'm thinking beforehand. You went to the two
I did a
parks.
couple of Alton Towers. I did Blackpool, and I did the ice cream farm. So yeah, maybe four, maybe five, 4 or 5. Yeah, before.
And I think his longest one was an hour and a half, I believe. That was the one at Alton
Yeah, give or
Towers, I
take.
believe.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
this guy, this maniac, he goes 3 hours and 30 minutes for the Resort TV One stream the other day. He was
Well, I
unbelievable.
wasn't going to go small for Resort TV. I mean, I did think if I can do 2 hours, I'll be happy. And then Josh was like, "What time are you going to go live?" And I said, I was sat there working it out, and I was like, "Okay, so UK is 5 hours ahead. Paris is 6 hours ahead of Eastern time. So I didn't want to go too early because everyone in America would still be asleep. So so I thought, okay, if I go around 8 p.m., it's still going to be kind of light. Then it's not going to be too dark straight away. So you can see some of the park while it's still remotely light,
Right,
even though it'd be getting darker at that time. And then I thought, you know what? If I can, I'm just going to go ahead and keep going for the fireworks. Depend on how the connectivity lasts. And as the stream went on, it just got better and better, and I got braver with being able to stray into different areas of the park, areas where during the test I was always losing connection,
right.
and like in Fantasyland and stuff, and things were just continuing to go, and I was like, wow, this, we're just gonna, I'm not gonna stop and then do the fireworks later. I'm just gonna keep on going. And
You were honest about it though, because you did it smart. You did the tests, you did your homework, you went to the places you knew were good, and then you were like in the stream, you're like, well, I don't know if this is gonna be good, but let's go try it. And you did it, you got through it, and I don't know if this is gonna be good or not. But I like the way you did it. It was very smart.
Oh, I was
Very smart.
so nervous. So that Disney pin guy, hey RobFuz, AdamsLand, and hello everyone. Hey Disney pin guy, how's it going? So yeah, welcome guys.
Yeah,
So
I think you
yeah,
did it great though. Congratulations on it. It was a great stream. I thought it was great.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it was nerve wracking, but yeah, it was good. It was good,
Yeah.
and that gave me the confidence to then go and stream the other park the next day on AdamsLand. I did one for the Walt Disney Studios. So, which was
And that, I'll be honest with you, I didn't see that at all. And thank you so much. Trying to get on me. Adam did my tag challenge, and they did it from the hotel room. They're troopers. They did it later on, so I didn't even get to watch that yet. I wanted to watch it before we go live today, but I'm excited to see that. So he has a lot of. I tagged Adam and Ebony, and they did it from the hotel room. What Disney characters would you spend the day in the vlog with? So thank you for doing that too. I appreciate it.
That's cool. That was fun.
I don't want to know anything about it. I'm still gonna watch it. So, so thanks for doing that.
No spoilers.
So I got another 2 hours of AdamsLand viewing to watch. My partner channel there. It was just such a great. You know what? It was such a great week for my partner channels at least. I went on Kenny's Alpha Traveler one. I did a show with him Friday, which was great. He had Photo Gear Fun on, and it was really good. He had a little bit of problems, so I had to split early, but that was a lot of fun. I loved seeing Phil from Photo Gear Fun came on. He was just really good. And then you did the live broadcast, and then Mike did their first podcast with Jen. And then earlier in the week,
watching a little bit of Mike's podcast on the train back to the hotel. Awesome. Yeah, until we went through the tunnel, and then it was like I had to kill it. Then obviously, but yeah.
And then I don't know. I'll tell you the story later. But I don't know if you saw it or not. But Road Trip Dave got banned on YouTube, which was great. So,
no,
really? He didn't get banned. He got blocked worldwide. So he came on and he sang "Boys of Summer" by Don Henley. And
I heard about that. Yes, sorry, I did hear
his
about
video
that.
got blocked. So it was a fun week for our little network of channels here.
Yeah, that's crazy because he was singing it himself, right?
Yeah. Well, he played it. He was played it in lip sync to it, so you could actually hear the music.
Right. Okay. I thought at first because I just read it about it in a Twitter chat, and I was like, seriously, he got blocked for singing it himself, but that makes sense if he's just kind of playing the track and lip syncing.
He barely played it. It was maybe 20 seconds. Maybe that's why because it was a little bit over 15 seconds. I think he got 15 seconds grace. Who knows? Did they play anything and they detect it? It's gone. So, but it was just kind of funny. But that's a whole nother story too. So, I did a lot of videos too. I was kicking butt too at my channel. So,
yeah, I've got a bunch of vlogs to edit now from Paris, and it's and on the last night I made sure I shot as much of the fireworks show as I could, although my SD card ran out right before the end, in the last 2 or 3 minutes. So I didn't quite catch the whole thing. But then I was kind of thinking before, I remember when I edited my Florida vlogs from last year, and 2 or 3 of those videos kind of got blocked with the copyright stuff, and I was like,
Oh,
oh
jeez.
yeah, it was a nightmare to overcome. So I don't know. I want to include the firework, illumination stuff, but I get a feeling it'll just get a copyright hit on it. So we'll
Because
see
of the
how that.
music and stuff.
Sorry.
Because of the music.
Yeah. There's music part of the show and everything.
Yeah.
So like you see in the result video on stream.
Yeah, I just did. I just released a fireworks show from MGM from the 20th anniversary, and there was a lot of music in there. I was surprised I didn't get a copyright strike today. So,
oh, cool.
but,
Well,
I
I might give it a go and see what happens. I'll give
you know
it
what
a
you
go.
do? You know, real quick, you should just probably just throw it on YouTube, not even edit or anything, and just see if it gets copyrighted, and then you could kind of go back and maybe put different music in or do something different. But you could try that. Don't spend too much time on it before you know if it gets copyrighted or not. So.
Yeah, that's a good show.
Yeah, so let's talk about Disneyland Paris. You know, I know zero about it, and I don't know if I don't know if it was annoying or not. I don't know if, as you were going, but a lot of times I'm like, man, I love this. Like you're walking around, and Disneyland Paris is so much. I feel from what I saw from your live stream, I think it's so much different than Disneyland or Disney World or Magic Kingdom. It's just crazy. It just seems so.
Yeah,
it seems so like I don't know, a lot of gardens, a lot of like it had like an Alice in Wonderland themed feel to me. I don't know.
Yeah, it does. There are some different elements to it. So I mean, one interesting thing that I mean, my only basis of comparison at the moment is the Magic Kingdom in Florida, or Disney World in Florida, because I've not been to Anaheim yet. I'm going in 3 or 4 weeks time to LA, but yeah, so that's my only basis of comparison really so far. But what I will say is you kind of walk in, and at first it's a very familiar feel. Well, let's start with the entrance. So the entrance to Disneyland Paris is from underneath the hotel, which is like it's a stunning, beautiful hotel cool. Anyway. Yeah, and the entrance is probably the nicest Disney park entrance I've seen. Because you're entering underneath the hotel, and it seems quite majestic under there. It's really nice. And then you walk in, and you eventually get to where you kind of walk underneath the train station, the main street.
Yep.
Yeah, railway station, and then you come out, onto Main Street, and yeah, that's all very similar. It's got a very familiar feel, and you see Main Street, and you see the castle down at the other end and stuff. That's all very cool, very very nice. Hey, This Life of Ours, and hey, Molly, welcome.
Hey guys, welcome.
Yeah. And then so all of that kind of feels very familiar. And you take a walk down Main Street. If you bear right straight away, much like you have at the other parks, you've got what is essentially Tomorrowland, although they call it Discoveryland in Paris. So that all feels kind of familiar. But then that's about it. Like the rest of the park is laid out completely differently. So yeah, it does feel like a completely different place. But like you say, there's some things that they have there that you don't see anywhere else. Like you're talking about, just at the back of Fantasyland where you got the Alice in Wonderland maze and things like that. I
just pulled up the map,
Yeah, and even beyond that, you've got sorry, there's a ride. I can't remember what it's called for the life of me. It's got a French. It's like a French book, fairy tale book. But what it is, it's like a boat ride, an outdoor boat ride, almost like it's a Small World, but everything is tiny miniature retellings of certain, fairy tale classics or Disney stories like Beauty and the Beast.
What land was that in? It was in Fantasyland.
I think it's right at the back of Fantasyland. I can't remember what the ride is called.
I got the map up, but there's a lot of stuff in French, obviously. So
yeah. So but you've got a tiny little Little Mermaid thing and a tiny little Beauty and the Beast, and you go into the into the cave from Aladdin. The thing that looks like a giant lion or whatever. So it's all very very cool. You don't see it in any other Disney park not that I've been to so far. So that was really cool to go and see that. And they've also got we've been doing that Disney World attraction bracket lately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we were talking about that Casey Junior splash and soak that you get at Magic Kingdom.
Oh, right.
Well, Disneyland Paris, they actually have a Casey Junior ride, a train ride.
Oh, wow.
Casey Junior.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
So I was like, oh, that's something that they have that you know you don't see at the other parks. So yeah, it's funny. The layout's a bit different. I would say that
is it called Le Pays des Contes de Fees or something? I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. It's
it's
a really nice.
It seems like it's next to Small World too.
Yeah, it's not far from Small World. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, Meg's saying Ratatouille. Ratatouille's in the Walt Disney Studios park, Meg. And again, yes, they have that in Paris, which they don't have yet in Florida, but I believe it's coming to Epcot.
Right.
I hope it's the same version because it's amazing. Ratatouille it's the first time I rode it this time because it wasn't open last time I went to Paris, and it is so good.
And that's a trackless ride, right? Like I love
that. Yeah, it's a trackless ride. That's the Walt Disney Studios park. Yeah, there's so many elements to that ride. Yeah, it's trackless technology. It's you've got 3D glasses on, so you've got some screen stuff and then a built set as well. So kind of a bit like when you go on, I know, Spider-Man or Transformers at Universal Studios. So, but then your experience can be slightly different depending on the ride that you go on as well. Sometimes you see different things on different screens. And they also play around with smell as well and touch because they splash you with water every now and then and stuff like that. So, yeah, very, very clever ride. They make use of all the different technologies, which is really good.
Man, that park looks so. I'm looking at the maps too. It looks so tiny. Wow.
Which one? Disney Studios or?
Yeah, the Disney Studio.
Well, Walt Disney Studios. I think Avery came in the live chat when I was doing the Sunday. Was it Sunday? Sunday I did a stream on AdamsLand from Walt Disney Studios, and Avery said it's the smallest Disney park there is Walt Disney Studios. Yet on the flip side, the Disneyland Paris park is bigger than the Magic Kingdom. I think it's one of the biggest Disneyland parks there is. So in terms of acres, in terms of the space they've got, it doesn't necessarily feel it when you're walking around it, but in terms of the land they have available there, it's definitely the biggest.
Where's Ratatouille in that park? I can't find it on the map. Maybe it's an
Ratatouille. Map. Ratatouille is if you find Toy Story Playland, it's just to the right of that.
You know what? It doesn't have Toy Story Playland on here, so.
Oh, really?
Maybe it's
looking at a map of Walt Disney Studios. Let's take a look.
Maybe it's an old map.
Disney Studios.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Walt Disney Studios Paris map. Let's take a look.
Play along at home, everyone. Sorry. Yeah, this is just an old map, I think.
It could be an old map, yeah. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, because this one, I was looking at an old map because this one looks much different.
Oh, there you go.
I see Disney Studios there. But Ratatouille's not really new. It's been there forever, so. And that's in French, unfortunately, right? When you go on that ride?
It's a mixture of French and English. Yeah, they do. They do. Most of the rides do tend to have a good mixture of both French and English. So.
Okay. Yeah, but that park looked really small in that last map I looked at. But it looks a lot bigger than this one. So.
Yeah.
Try to see another map here. Yeah, there's a lot of old maps on here. I don't know why I keep pulling up old maps. So Toy Story Land. Tell us about Toy Story Land there.
Well, Toy Story Playland there has been around for quite a while, so it's not as new as obviously the one you get in Florida. It's not as big as the one in Florida either. It's only a small area with 3 or 4 attractions. So the coolest one you've got is the Toy Soldiers parachute drop, which I always say is like Tower of Terror for kids. So you kind of get lifted up.
That's funny.
On this tower to a great height, and then they just kind of drop and up and down. It goes up and down like 3 or 4 times. So it's Tower of Terror for kids and Toy Story theme. So not horrific at all. So
and then there's like the car thing, RC, right? goes back and
The
forth.
RC, yeah, the RC racer car. So it's like a U-shaped kind of roller coaster track or a horseshoe roller coaster track. So it just kind of obviously goes, sort of side to side. It's good fun, when you get right up to the top, good fun. But the ride was over way too quick for my liking, considering what we queued up for it as well. It was a long queue that day, and for a very short ride. Yeah. So it was good fun, but it was just over way too quick. So, and then the Slinky Dog is not really worth talking about because it's not even a coaster. It's more of a kid's ride that, like, it's just literally goes round in a circle. And I'm talking, the face is pretty much right next to the tail. So it's just a continuous loop. So it's not like the one that they have or the one that they built.
Toy Story Playland. So the word Playland kind of gives it away. It's really for kids.
Yeah, Playland. Yeah, rather than Toy Story Land. Yeah. So welcome, David. Welcome to the
What's
chat.
Up, TP?
So Ruth, yes. Ruth says, Adam, you mentioned Ebony went on Tower of Terror and she likes it now. Yes. So prior to this visit to Paris, Ebony had ridden Tower of Terror the first time we went to Florida, which was 4 years ago. So she'd just turned 5 at the time. And when we got back from Florida, I said, "Did you enjoy it?" She said, "I loved everything except for Tower of Terror." And then,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
she's so cute.
Yeah, and she was 5 years old. She cried on that ride. She didn't like it. But she said she wanted to ride it at the time. I didn't make her go on. She wanted to come on with me. But bless her, she was clinging on to me. She was trembling. She didn't enjoy it at the time. So then we went to Paris when Ebony would have been 7 at the time. So she was a bit unsure, but she said, "Okay, I'll give Tower of Terror a go." She rode it. She said, "No, I'm still not a fan." Then we went to Florida last year, and I said, "Come on, you'll get over this fear." So she rode it again, said it wasn't that bad, but she's still not a fan. And then this time we went to Paris, and she was like, "No, I'm not going to ride it." And then she agreed to ride it, and then she loved it, and she was like, "Let's go again, and let's go again." So we ended up riding it 3 times. So that was good fun. It was good fun. She's she's a convert. She's a fan now. So
that's awesome.
So, yeah.
Well, is that the only other ride she didn't like? Just Tower of Terror? We're saying
Tower of Terror was the only one she didn't like. Yeah, other than It's a Small World. She hates It's a Small World.
Oh, right. Yeah. What was she she's annoyed by it, or what's the problem with Small World?
Yeah, it's just the repetitive song, just over and over and over again. She just doesn't like it. So
a lot of people don't like it.
She's more like me. She likes thrill rides. So
that's awesome.
Anything that gives you a bit of an adrenaline rush, she'll go for that rather than. I mean, she doesn't mind things like Pirates of the Caribbean. She'll quite happily sit there and chill out. But when it comes to Small World, she's not a fan. So.
Hey, Says, what's going on? I just saw Says was watching one of my other videos. I got a comment while I was doing it, so welcome. Hey, Real Disney Princess, what's going on?
Hey, Real Disney Princess.
So yeah, I'm looking at the map. So the cool thing about it is, and we discussed this on, I think, Pub Talk or something. What were you laughing at?
Makes me laugh. Ruth says she doesn't like Tower of Terror either. Well, Ruth, if I can convert Ebony, I'm sure I can convert you. I'll ride Tower of Terror with you one day, Ruth, and we'll convert you. And then she says, "It's a Small World is mind torture." Yes, it is.
Ruth is going to Tokyo Disneyland and Shanghai Disneyland in like November, I think, or something. She was telling me.
Yeah, so. And I think she's doing all 3 of them. I think she's going to do Hong Kong as well. So
Hong Kong too. Yeah, wow, it's crazy. And she lives near Disneyland, so she could technically do 4 separate things. I've only been to Tokyo Disneyland. Adam said, "Rob, you should talk about Tokyo Disneyland." I'm like, I don't want to talk about Tokyo Disneyland. I want to talk about Disneyland Paris. This is awesome. So,
yeah, well, yeah, I think it's interesting to kind of compare the Disney that you kind of with the ones that maybe people don't get to see so much.
Right. And that's what I was saying. Like, I was so fascinated by it. It's so different. It was so cool, and you're walking around and everything. So thank you for taking us around. That was awesome. So
that was my pleasure.
My point was, though, with the Pub Talk we talked about at the Disney Studios, it is still kind of like old school MGM, though. What do they have that's like old school MGM and the old Disney Studios?
Oh, so you've got the backlot tour and the Lights Motor Action still in Paris. Although I do believe they are going to get rid of it to make way for a Star Wars land. That's what I've been told. I'm not sure how true that is,
Mm.
but yes, at the moment they do still have the Studio Backlot Tour, and um, it's not called Lights Motor Action. It's just called Motors Action
Yeah.
there, but it's basically identical, only half in French, half in English. From the old Lights Motor Action show. So that's really cool. The studio backlot tour is nowhere near as good as the old Florida one. The old Florida one, they used to take you uh, around through through the warehouses where they had all the costumes and stuff like that, and a lot more, props and costumes that were used in productions. But this one does also have Catastrophe Canyon in Paris, so that's just just for the nostalgia of going through
That's
Catastrophe
awesome.
Canyon and seeing the truck blow up and then all the fire, then all the water come
Did
down.
you
I
vlog
had
that
to
or
go.
live stream that? Because I haven't seen that part yet.
I've logged that. Yeah, I've logged
All
that.
right,
So that'll go
cool.
in one of the videos.
I can't wait.
So yes, Ruth says it's a deal. Awesome. I'm going to hold you to that, Ruth. One day we're going to ride Tower of Terror.
All right, so let's go through what is I don't even know a lot of this stuff. Like what's I'm looking at the map here. Cinemagic,
Meg
Anna
says you're
something,
right.
or what are some of these things?
Oh, hey Avery, welcome.
Hey, Avery,
Um.
we're just talking about you, buddy.
And Janet says I missed the backlot tour. Yes, definitely. So
Me too, Janet.
yeah, yeah. So let's have a look. There's some of the attractions we didn't get done at Studios Park. Just they've got a new Marvel attraction. Avery was asking me to do the Stitch Live. We were going to do it, but the time slot that we had available to go and do Stitch Live, the showing was in French. So
Uh,
me and Evan
oh,
can speak
well, hold
French,
the
so we
phone
just
there. So they
removed
have
it.
they have English and French versions of the shows.
Yes, they do. Yeah. So
That's
so
cool.
like for Motors Action Stunt Show, they'll have your director and stunt coordinator will come out and they'll do it bilingually. They'll speak part in French, part in English, so everybody there understands it. But yeah, with Stitch, they'll go right. The next French showing is at this time. The next English showing is at this time. So and at the English showing time, we had a fast pass for Rock and Roller Coaster,
Mm.
and then we had to go and do Tower of Terror again, and then we were leaving the park. So it just didn't work out that we didn't get to go and see Stitch. So
You
yeah,
have
Avery,
Avery.
we were just talking about you. Yeah, all good things. Don't worry, all good things. We were just
Of
talking about
course, Avery. Avery's
some of
awesome.
the stats you were putting up in my live stream of Walt Disney Studios Park the other day, and you were talking about how Disney Studios is the smallest park, and you found out that the Disneyland Park is bigger than Magic Kingdom. So that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rock and Roller Coaster is pretty much the same.
Rock and Roller Coaster is pretty much the same. The only thing that's different is you still go into the studio as a tour if you like. I think is it called G-Force Records in
Yes, it is.
Hollywood
Yeah.
Studios? Yeah, and they call it Tour de Force Records in Paris. So you go into Tour de Force Records and you got all guitars and music posters and music memorabilia and stuff from various bands, Metallica, AC/DC, stuff like
Oh,
that.
really? Wow.
Yeah, Bon Jovi, Sting, all sorts of stuff like that. Yeah. And then obviously Aerosmith. But then when you get into the studio and you got that bit where you're looking at the screen, instead of the band mixing a record, which makes sense given that you're supposed to be touring a music studio and that's part of the whole story. In Florida, you see Aerosmith mixing a record and then they get called to a show and you have to go and join them in the limo. Whereas in Paris, you've got Aerosmith in the studio again, but they're building a prototype for a roller coaster, which makes no sense. Why?
And it's actually Aerosmith.
Yeah, it's Aerosmith building a prototype for a roller
That's
coaster, and
strange.
yeah, and it's like why would a metal band be or a rock band be building a prototype for a roller coaster and then you suddenly go and ride it? It made no sense. So the story's not as good, but the ride itself is almost like for like. So yeah, good fun.
It's
So,
funny.
so yeah, Tower of Terror again, very similar to um, Florida, but not as good as the Florida one. I think the Florida one's a bit taller and slightly different in the ride as well. So, but Tower of Terror again, you could like we rode it back to back, and the first time round we went into the library and they play the same video, the same Twilight Zone prelude video, and the first time they played it in French but with English subtitles, and then the second time they played it in English, exactly the same as you'd see at Hollywood Studios, but with French subtitles. So yeah,
how do you know when it goes? How do you know?
How do you know?
How do you know when it's going to be in English and French to ride like that?
You don't know what you're going to get. So like you just obviously the video starts and then obviously you just hear them narrating it in French but reading English subtitles or vice versa. So yeah, you don't know what you're going to get. So
I'm just
like Forrest Gump's box of chocolates. You just don't know what you're going to get. So hey, Brandon's in the chat. Welcome.
Hey, Brandon. I didn't see him. Sorry, Brandon.
Yeah, and Alana as well.
Hey, welcome. Alana. Welcome, everyone. Good crowd here today.
Tower of Terror at Paris is identical to the one that used to be Disney's California Adventure. In Paris, it's the same drop pattern every single time, whereas Walt Disney World is random. Yes, Avery. Yeah. See, Avery, this is what I was saying. You were chucking up facts while I was doing the live stream. So your facts are welcome and very helpful. But yes, there's a lot of scaffolding going around Tower of Terror at the moment. So I get the feeling they're getting ready to convert that into Guardians of the Galaxy like they've done in California. So Tito and Mary Ellen, welcome.
Okay.
So and Rebecca as well.
Yeah. Mary Ellen did the same exact thing that happens to me with Says. She put S-E in a different letter instead of S-E-Z. So I'm not going to say it, but unfortunately I type that every time. I have to fix it every single time. So Says you're awesome. I'm just teasing you, but it happens to me too. So Mary Ellen, did you see what you put? Yeah. Too funny.
Yeah.
Meg says Walt Disney World, the left side is even drops, the right side is odd drops. Okay.
Yeah. Interesting. Learn something new every day. Real Disney Princess says, Adam, when will you be back at Disney World?
Dun, dun, dun.
Aiming for October 2019. That's the plan at the moment. So, plans can change. But yeah, at the moment, I'm aiming for October the 19th, 2019 through till November the 2nd. So that'll be like my 2 weeks there. So that's what I'm aiming for at the moment. So it's just a case of it's just a case of getting it booked and ready, and then there's 14 months to go then. So that's
it's counting them down, ladies and gentlemen.
Counting them down. So
right, so I got questions. I'm gonna throw them at you. I want to hear. I don't even know what these rides are, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I'll ever get to Disneyland Paris, but I hope you guys don't mind. But I want to know maybe some spoilers. So
you asked me some questions, and people in the chat, if you got anything to ask about Disneyland Paris as well. I don't have all the answers, but I can answer them as best I can.
Did you do Armageddon? And what's that?
No, do you know what we were gonna do? Armageddon's it's a special effects show. We were gonna go and do it. This was our last day there. So the first 2 days we spent in the Disneyland.
You were there 4 days, if people don't know.
Yeah, we were there 4 days, and then the third day we were at the studios. The last day we were doing a combination of both studios and Disneyland again. And we were going to go on the Armageddon thing, and they had a technical issue and they closed it.
Oh, and I hate them.
It was horrendous because at the same time, Tower of Terror had closed due to a technical issue. Then me and Ebony went to buy something, and the tills went down, so they couldn't sell us anything.
Oh,
then we went to go on the Armageddon set, and that closed. That was kicking people out due to it. I was like, oh my god, they're having a nightmare day. I mean, then obviously we went and rode Rock and Roller Coaster, and Tower of Terror was open again, so things were getting fixed. But it was just, it was a bad sort of 20 or 30 minutes for the park at that particular time. So so we didn't get to see the Armageddon effects show.
There goes a YouTube pill. I told him to put it up there.
Yeah.
So
again, I'm obviously moving too much.
So what's the art of at Disney animation?
Art of animation. Again, we didn't really do that. We tended to stick more to rides than to shows. So we saw one or two. They had a couple of Guardians of the Galaxy and Marvel shows outside on stages. So we didn't go into the Avengers, Marvel Avengers show or the Art of Animation.
That's the Marvel thing. It's Marvel Avengers show. That's what they have there. Oh, I did see that.
Yeah,
That looks awesome. You
yeah,
didn't do that? You didn't get to
yeah.
do that?
We saw like a little show that they did outside, which involved Loki and Spider-Man and one or two other characters. That was quite cool. But yeah, it was all in French though. so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Then there's a Cars something. What is that? Cars Royale or something?
Yeah, I think that's like the one that you see. I've seen Brit stream it in California when he's done like a Resort TV on stream. So I think it's the same as that. We were going to ride that one day, but the queue was just ridiculous, so we didn't bother with that. But that's directly opposite Crush's Coaster. That is a very cool ride.
Yeah, tell me about that was my next question. Well, tell me about Crush's Coaster.
So Crush's Coaster is. Did you see my Alton Towers vlog with Spinball Whizzer? It's a roller coaster which it's not like Primeval Whirl. It's a roller coaster that spins, but it's not like Primeval Whirl. It's not one of these big carts where you get thrown about and end up with whiplash and hurting. It just seats four, two facing one way, two facing the other, back to back, and they just spin and it's in a turtle shell essentially. So, but yeah, it's really, really fun coaster. Really good fun. Doesn't go upside down or anything. It's one that's designed with kids in mind, but it's not for little kids, if you like. It's still very fun.
Yeah, I'm on like their official website. They don't really show much, but I see the car. It's like a turtle shell you sit in, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So yeah, really good fun.
But it seems like it's kind of like I'm watching the video. It seems like it's kind of the Nemo Seas and Epcot with a roller coaster, kind of.
Yes, basically, yeah, it is a bit like that. So, cool. Says is asking, are there any rides at Disneyland Paris that you recommend personally, Adam? Yes, definitely says. Thunder Mountain at Paris is better than the Magic Kingdom one, hands down. The Phantom Manor, which is the Paris version of the Haunted Mansion, I think is ever so slightly better. Hyperspace Mountain, which is not Space Mountain, it's Hyperspace Mountain because it's hyper and Star Wars themed as well. Again, better than the Magic Kingdom one. So yeah, I would recommend those definitely. And then again at the Studios Park, definitely Ratatouille and Crush's Coaster. So yeah, says I hope that answers your question. Definitely some rides well worth doing.
The Big Thunder looks awesome. That ride looks awesome.
Big Thunder is awesome. Yeah, Janet says, are there any rides Paris doesn't have that Magic Kingdom has? Yeah, Splash Mountain for one. So Splash Mountain is not at Paris. They don't have a log flume ride at Paris. So Splash Mountain's definitely one. They don't have a Tom Sawyer Island in Paris.
How is the Pirates of the Caribbean?
Pirates of the Caribbean, I love both of them, but I would say...
Do they have a restaurant in there?
They do have a restaurant in there. Yeah, we ate there on the last day.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Yeah, that was expensive.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
It's really expensive. For me and Ebony, that cost me more than €100, so that was insane. Yeah, insanely expensive. I wouldn't eat there again. Don't get me wrong, the food was nice, but it was you're definitely paying for the ambience and the atmosphere.
You kind of sit there like the Mexico boat ride goes by, right? Kind of.
Yes, yeah, it's exactly like that. So the ride goes past. It's really, really nice. Hey, Cargo, how you doing? So, so it's really, really nice. That's awesome, Adam. Certainly check out Big Thunder. Yeah, says definitely do. So, Captain Jack's. I wouldn't eat there again. The food portion.
That's what it's called, Captain Jack's.
Captain Jack's is the restaurant. Yeah. It was worth doing just the once, just for the experience, but I wouldn't eat there again. The food portions weren't great, and it wasn't the best. I mean, we probably had better meals at Planet Hollywood and Rainforest Cafe, in all honesty. So yeah.
I got to tell you that the castle
As for the ride,
might be the best one I've ever seen, actually.
the castle, I think, is the prettiest one there is. So yeah, it's absolutely stunning. I love Magic Kingdom's castle in Florida because whenever I see that castle, it feels like I'm home. Everyone always says when they go, don't they? I'm home at last, like, you know. But yeah, the Paris one is beautiful, especially as it starts to get dark and you start to see it twinkling and lighting up. It's gorgeous. So
The castle, you're saying?
Hey, Downscale, how you doing? Welcome.
Downscale, welcome.
And Cherie as well. Welcome, Cherie. So Ruth says, for Paris, do you do your fast passes with the app or with wristbands? Neither. You do it with tickets. So it's
old school.
It's old school. Yeah, it's old school style. So yeah, you'll have your paper ticket. Good question, Ruth. Ticket. And there's only so many rides that have fast pass. But yeah, for those rides, you'll essentially walk up, hold your ticket against the scanner on the machine. It will then print you out a little fast pass slip for your time. And then you can't get another fast pass until you've used that one or until 2 hours later or something. So it's nowhere near as good as, you know, Florida's fast pass system. It's a bit old school, but yeah, we used it a few times. It wasn't quite as good, but yeah. And going back to your question about which Pirates of the Caribbean, I'm almost inclined to say the Paris one's better because.
Yeah, you've never been to the Disneyland one. You're going, so you definitely got to check out the Disneyland one.
Yeah, I need to check out the Disneyland one as well. Yeah, I love Florida's version. But yeah, the Paris one. The Paris one is really, really good, to be fair. So yeah, I'm almost inclined to say that one's better.
Man, you know, I'll be honest with you, I really want to go to Disneyland Paris now. I'm all excited seeing this.
It's worth doing, but I mean, I think I said this during my live stream the other day. If you're coming over from Europe, especially to Florida, I don't know about California, it depends what else you're going to be doing there. But I'm talking purely in a theme park and Disney perspective. If you're coming over to Florida, there's enough there to warrant a decent length trip and, you know, to keep you there for 2 weeks, you know, and, you know, for you to spend all that money.
Yeah, we discussed Europeans go for 2 weeks, right? Because it's such a trip, you go for 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks minimum. I mean, some people will go for 10 days. I think Disney Dan went for like 10, 11 days when he went the other week. But yeah, most people will go for 2 weeks because all the cost and everything with the flights, like it doesn't cost all that much to have the second week. So it makes more sense financially to actually do the second week and get everything done that you want to get done. It doesn't make sense to go for 1 week or less when you're flying over from Europe. So yeah, I mean, I've done it for 3 weeks before because I think even with 2 weeks, you don't always get everything done that you want to get done in Florida. So not if you're going to do Universal and SeaWorld and Busch Gardens and Kennedy Space Center and all that other stuff as well. Like if you'll always struggle to get everything done in Florida that you want to get done. So you might as well do it for 2 or 3 weeks. Now, if you're going to come from the States over to do Disneyland Paris, make sure you're going to do other stuff in Europe as well, because otherwise it'll be a very short trip and you'll have spent a lot of money.
You went 4 days to this one, 4 days this time.
Yeah, 4 days. Yeah, which isn't bad if you're going from the UK because it's, you know, it was only, you know, I got a cheap hotel and a cheap flight. So, you know, that was, you know, it was just a nice short trip to take Ebony away and do something this year because I couldn't afford to do Florida this year as well. So
it's nice to do. And you've been there before. This is your second time. I don't know if you said that.
Yeah. We went at Christmas time in 2016. So yeah, okay. That was.
Oh, you did say you and Ebony went earlier. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, that was nice. But yeah, cold. Cold.
Yeah, there's just something here. I have no clue what this is. Blanche Negri at Les September Nuns. I don't know what that is. I don't know.
Yeah, neither do I.
Oh, it's Snow White. It's Snow White.
Oh yeah. Oh, obviously it's Snow White. Yeah. No, now I've got the translation. Yeah.
No, it's just like
I think it says
BLANCHE-NEIGE et les SEPT Nans. I don't know. I guess maybe that's, but it's the old Snow White ride. Wow. Sorry, guys. I was like, what is that? But yeah, so they have the older Snow White.
I spent shopping in less than a week in Florida. If I went for 2 weeks, I might not have a hubby to come back to.
So Indiana Jones, they don't have the one in California. It's this roller coaster, right? The Indiana Jones and
The Indiana Jones in Paris is a roller coaster. Yeah, it's a really good, fun roller coaster. I've done it before. I didn't do it this trip because Ebony still doesn't meet the height requirements, so that's the one ride she couldn't do. And obviously, I wasn't going to abandon her to go and ride that.
It's weird because the Tokyo Disneyland has this ride, but it's something else, and they have Indiana Jones.
Oh, cool!
They have the Indiana Jones from California, and then they have like this. It looks like the same exact ride, but it's themed something. As far as I know, when I went, I went 13 years ago, so maybe they changed it. But
yeah,
I'm pulling up stuff here. I'm looking. I'm looking as he's talking. So.
That's fine.
Cool. So what else? What else is top 10 Disneyland Paris rides? Go.
Top 10 Disneyland Paris rides. Oh, tough.
No,
one. Okay.
You don't have to do any order or anything. So
yeah, I won't do it in any order because I know Ebony was toying with the idea of saying, why don't we do a Disneyland Paris attraction bracket after we finish the Florida ones?
You should, 100%. You should.
So
it's not going to run the bracket. You're still working on your other bracket.
It's going to be 2019 by the time I finish that.
His bracket video is awesome. I've seen some of it. It's awesome. So he gave me that dirty look there, but I can't wait to see it.
It's the third video because I decided to invest in like a green screen and I wanted to get all clever with it, and I wish I didn't bother. So in the third video is going to have all like green screen stuff, and then suffice to say for videos 4, 5, and 6, that's gone. So I'll use that further down the line. But yeah, hey, the theater experience, welcome. And Isaac's in the chat, welcome. So
the theater experience is Brandon, so I don't know if you do that, but
oh, is it?
Yeah. That's his new challenge. Definitely check out the theater experience, guys.
Welcome back. I think I subbed to that actually earlier.
He said it to it. He said it to it earlier. So I'm trying to look. Dumbo only has one set of Dumbos, not two.
There's only one Dumbo. Peter Pan is there. Pinocchio ride is there. What else? It's a Small World. Just for the building itself, it looks amazing. Like
especially at night when you were doing it at night, it looks so nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It really is.
That's like the Disneyland version, like that outdoor spectacle. Like the one in Florida is just terrible compared to the one in Disneyland and the one in Paris. So.
And the Paris one, there's always a huge queue for it as well. Like,
so there's an Aladdin Dark Ride. I'm just saw this one here. Oh no, that's not it. It just looks like it's
no. There's an Aladdin carpets at
miniatures or something.
Yeah. So Aladdin's carpets is at Disney Studios instead of the Disneyland park. And then Star Tours is at the Disneyland park and not the studios. So
confusing. Yeah, I was looking at that. And Star Tours, it seemed like there was Last Jedi footage to picture, so it seems like the newer one.
Star Tours, I think, is identical to the one in Orlando. So, except it's all in French. So,
oh jeez,
C-3PO has learned French. Yeah,
that's funny.
But yeah, Star Tours. I mean, they've really gone out for the Star Wars stuff because you got Star Tours, and then you've obviously got Hyperspace Mountain, which is all Star Wars themed as well.
Right.
So inside Hyperspace Mountain, you've got screens which show, half the spaceships flying around and shooting each other and stuff. And yeah, so that's it's not quite as pitch black as normal Space Mountain, if you like. Yeah.
Just looking at that castle, it's just so beautiful. It's so cool. So neat.
Really nice.
So what's the deal with the castle? There's a dragon underneath? What's the deal?
There is a dragon underneath. That's what we have in Europe. We have dragons, real dragons. Like they exist. They hide under castles. They wait for unsuspecting people to walk down there, and then they snaffle them for lunch. So yeah, they got one. Nice. They got one at Disney as well. So yeah. Oh my God, I would pee my pants if that happened. Yeah, it's true, Cargo. So
on the website it says, adding to the enchanted environment, the castle is surrounded by square trees. It is home to a large sleeping dragon that occasionally awakens, puff smokes, and roars.
Yeah, it awakens. It basically tells you it's hungry and you're next. And then in Dragon Talk, obviously,
You
yeah,
said that
it
on the
makes a
live stream. That was awesome.
it makes an almighty roar, and it's yeah, no, it's awesome to see. It was funny because on the Friday when we got there, we were queuing for Hyperspace Mountain for like the third time out of the four times we rode it that day. And there was a couple of girls from New York behind us in the line. So we got chatting to them and they hung out with us for like the next hour or two. And so we were taking them over to see, we were taking them over to Thunder Mountain after Space Mountain. And I said, "Did you see the dragon under the castle?" They were like, "What?" And I said, "Did you see the dragon under the castle?" They were like, "What dragon?" I was like, "All right, you need to come with me." And when they saw it, they were like, "No way, we wouldn't have known that was there if you hadn't taken us there." And they were blown away by it. So yeah, yeah, it was really really cool. It is. I mean, I only saw it the first time I went to Paris by luck because my nephew happened to stick his head into an open door to see what was down there and was like, "There's a dragon in here." I was like, "No, there isn't." And then yeah, it's really cool.
That's awesome. Like I want to see that. So
Yeah, it is really, really cool. Grace,
Bruce.
they nap on gold coins too, says Downscale. And then Grace F says, Adam, the dragons, what of people for lunch? What was that word? Oh, snaffle. Snaffle. They eat people. Snaffle.
Snaffle. I have
Snaffle.
he's my dictionary of British slang. So just seeing
Yeah.
Resort TV one's going live in about 40 minutes. They're doing a live
Oh,
meal
okay, that's
stream.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool. We
definitely
have
check out
time.
Resort. Yeah, we're not stepping
We
on
have
them.
time.
So Resort TV
Yeah.
one, definitely go check them out.
Yeah. Hashtag snaffle. That's it, Downscale. Downscale's got it.
No, this is
So.
Patrick. Scott. Hey Scott, you can what's going on, brother? I'm trying to I'm getting it. Frankie knows what to say, but we're discussing Disneyland Paris. Scott Yukin. Definitely check out Scott Yukin's channel. He's over in Japan, so definitely check out his channel. Meg was asking where you stayed. He stayed at a smaller hotel right outside of the place, right?
Oh, where did you stay when you went, Adam? Okay, yeah. So, oh, Jesus, so I was going to stay here from
You
now on.
just leave it there, yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's going to formulate. Okay, so yeah, Disneyland Paris is in a place, and you're going to have to pardon my pronunciation because it's not going to be correct, but it's in a place called Marne la Vallée Chessy or something like that.
Nice,
And then
nice.
the next stop up on the train line is a little place called Val d'Europe. And that is literally like 2-3 minutes on the train. That's it. So I stayed there because if I stayed in the Disneyland hotel itself, that would have cost me like maybe £3,000 or £4,000, like all in all, like ridiculous money.
Wow,
And yeah, about £3,000, something like that.
it's crazy.
And then yeah, when it came to staying in a little Ibis hotel, which was right next to the train station in Val d'Europe. It cost me, well, all in all with my flights and my Disney tickets and everything, I spent about £1,000. So
It's not bad.
so it was it was way worth doing it that way on a budget. And also, like, we would literally walk out of the hotel in the morning. It would take 20 to 30 seconds to walk to the train station. That's how close it was. So yeah, you were in the train station, you could throw a stone over it. Like, that's
That's
how
awesome.
that's how close it was. Yeah. So you'd walk into the train station, pop your coins in the machine, get your tickets, walk down to the platform, and if the train was coming in at that particular moment, which it usually was, then you'd be at Disney quicker than people staying on Disney property at like the Davy Crockett Ranch or something like that. So
It's
for
crazy.
them it was a 10-15 minute journey or whatever. So yeah, it was well worth staying off property, save money. Because the hotel, unless you're planning on,
You're barely
not
there.
spending all day. Sorry?
You were barely there, so
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
hotel.
The hotel, I was literally there to sleep. That was it. So, we spent all day in the parks. I'm not one of these people that goes to the park and then goes home to chill out for a bit and then goes back to the park. Once I'm in the park, I'm there all day. So yeah. Yeah. Um,
one major thing. I was really bummed for Adam. Phantom Manor was closed. I think you mentioned it earlier, but that stinks.
Yeah, that was yeah, Grace says that's a massive difference in cost. Yes, Grace, it is a phenomenal difference in cost. They have a train straight from the airport to Disneyland Paris downscale. Yes, they do. It's called the TGV, and it takes like 9 minutes or 11 minutes or something like that. It's like it goes. It's a train it's a high speed 200-mile-an-hour train, so it kind of yeah. You just got to wait for that train to come. You can take other trains that take like an hour or something like that, but yeah, it's worth just waiting for that one that takes like 9 to 11 minutes. Is fine. So that's what we used. So, it's definitely quicker to get to Disneyland from Paris Airport than to Walt Disney World from Orlando Airport. Yes, I would probably agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, but so people aren't confused. Disneyland Paris isn't in Paris, right?
It's essentially in a region in Paris. It's like the airport's not obviously not in the city center. It's yeah, so it's like 18 to 20 miles outside of the city center. But it's like
No,
yeah, I
it's
think it's
not
about
near
20
the
miles.
Eiffel Tower. It's not near the all the the
Yeah,
Louvre.
it's about
Nothing of that
20
stuff.
miles. It's about 20 miles outside. But then when you're in a capital city like that, that size, then it's still considered the Paris region, isn't it? So yeah.
When was it?
Yeah.
When did it change from Euro Disney to Paris Disney? And
When did it change from Euro Disney to Disneyland Paris? I can't remember when they changed the name. I remember it opened as Euro Disney back in like what 1992? Yeah,
something like
92.
that,
Yeah, I remember watching it on the telly. Yeah, yeah, it's funny actually. If you scour through YouTube, you can still see like the Disneyland Paris opening footage. And I think they have like the US version, which I think was done maybe by CNN or ABC or something like that. I can't remember.
what
And
took you so
that's
long to
not
get
bad.
there?
And
Out of
then
curiosity.
the UK footage is horrendous. So sorry, what was that?
I was just curious why did it take you so long to get there?
Why did it take me so long to get there?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
If it opened in '92 and you just went a couple of years ago, so
Um, I don't know. I don't know. Like my sister had been beforehand. I think both my sisters went before I went. I just never got round to doing it. I guess. I think let's see, 1992. I would have been what 11 years old. Um, and I know most of our family holidays at the time were to Florida. Um, and then literally as soon as I turned 18 and was kind of going off doing things by myself, I went away to university. So I was a skint student for the next few years with no money. So yeah,
but how many times
yeah,
have you been to Disney World?
8.
So he's been 8 times, and then he just went. Well, you said 2 years ago. You said right? It was the
16,
first time.
yeah. 2016 was the first
Yeah,
time, and this
I
year
was
was the
just
second.
curious.
So yeah, it's the same. Like I think I don't know if you saw it the other week when I was doing a live stream from Alton Towers, and I came to the realization that I've actually been to Florida more times than I've been to Alton Towers. And
You
Alton
did,
Towers
yeah. I
is
remember
an hour and a half away.
that. That's why I brought that.
Yeah,
That's why I brought up what I just brought
yeah,
up too, because I do that. So
yeah. It's crazy. Yeah.
funny.
So yeah, I think Prodigy. Oh no, R. Johns is ducking out. So R. Johns, yeah. Take care, R. Johns. Thanks for
All
popping
right,
in.
Jones. Yeah, we're gonna get out of here soon too. I have to get going too. So
Yeah.
well, thank you guys
Yeah.
for all stopping in, and thank you, Adam. Man, I literally could sit here and talk to you for like 10 hours. That was abbreviated version of our thing. I could talk to you 10 hours about your trip. So, and I'm probably gonna
Oh,
put
that's
more. I
cool.
want to hear more. So,
That's cool. Well, I know we were talking about possibly doing something with Disney Dan at some point, and your good
yeah,
self, and we'll sit down and talk about because there's more I could go on about with Paris, and the differences between Paris and Walt Disney World and stuff like that. So yeah, we can save that for when we've got Disney Dan in the chat,
yeah,
and you can talk about Tokyo and stuff as well. So
yeah, definitely.
yeah, Ruth says, "Wow, 8 times at Walt Disney World is incredible." Yeah, Ruth, it's just Florida. It just gives you reason to come back time and time again, doesn't it? Because it always gets better and better. So yeah, yeah, I'll never have enough of that place. Like I'd go twice a year every year if I could afford it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So,
yeah.
is there anything
So
else you could think of that you didn't talk about, or wrapping it up?
yeah, it's funny. Like because obviously we talk about like some of the comparisons and some of the differences and stuff between like Disney World um, and Disneyland Paris. And it's funny, you've got like in Disneyland Paris, everything's next door to each other. Like it's not, so it's all like you come out the train station and you're in the Disney Village, and then you've got the two parks literally right next door to each other. So you don't, it's not like Disney World where you've got to kind of hop on a monorail or a bus or whatever to go from place to place or jump in the car. Yet the two parks themselves next door to each other, they vary in contrast so badly it's ridiculous. So like the Studios park, the way they operate is a bit more like Universal Studios in that they won't allow you to vlog on any rides. They're really, really strict with that. I got told off for trying to film on Tower of Terror and stuff like that. They were funny about me having my gimbal, streaming and things, even though I managed to do it. And yet the Disneyland park, they're really accommodating, and they just allow you to do everything a bit like the way Resort TV One do their stuff at Walt Disney World.
No one said anything to you when you were live vlogging?
One of the ride attendants was like, "Oh, the cast members." She was like, "Oh, you shouldn't have that in this park. They don't allow those in this park."
Oh,
in
the whole park. Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, "It's just a gimbal. It's not a selfie stick." I know they don't allow selfie sticks in Disney World usually and stuff, but obviously gimbals they don't seem to have an issue with. So yeah, but someone was like, "Oh, you shouldn't have that," and they didn't try to stop me or take it off me or anything. But yeah, just and other things like when you ride and you get your photos after the photos, the official photos from the ride in the Disneyland park, you can run up and get your mobile phone out and snap a picture of it on the screen. Whereas in the Studios park, they put like a watermark or something through it, so you can barely see yourself, and you've got to go and actually buy the So it's crazy how different they are. Like when they're just next door to each other, and it's the same company, but they both operate a completely different set of rules. So
Downscale asked fireworks. He vlogged it. He live vlogged. He live streamed the fireworks the one day.
Yeah, I think Downscale was in the chat during the fireworks thing. So yeah, I think that's probably why he put the smiley face as well. Yeah. The illuminations they call it, which isn't like the airport illuminations, but
funny they call it illuminations.
Yeah, it is, but it's such a beautiful show with the projections on the castle and the fireworks and everything. I'm sure Downscale will watch that on the Resort TV One stream as well.
There's no phantasm, great.
Yeah, he says, yeah, I was. They were great. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's such a beautiful show. Really, really enjoyed that show. I remember seeing the one they did at Christmas in Paris a couple of years ago, and I was blown away by that one at the time. But yeah, like this one that they did this time was awesome as well. I really enjoyed it. And Ruth says, Adam, when you're at Disneyland, you can get all your pics for free on your Disneyland app. Awesome, Ruth. I will make sure I download the app before I go to Disneyland in a few weeks' time. So
that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool. So,
all right, pal. Well, I think we did good. You're awesome, buddy. Thank you so much for coming on. So.
Thank you,
I missed you last week. I was like, Adam's not around. He's too busy doing his thing. So it's cool.
That's cool. That's cool. It's yeah, I've got a lot of editing and stuff to start doing with the vlogs for Ebony's and mine.
How much footage do you think you got from everything? I was gonna ask.
We filled my SD card and Ebony's SD card. So I mean, obviously, there's stuff that is probably stuff that we both shot at the same time, and we'll take out the best bits and sort of there'll be certain clips that, because my camera handles low light a lot better than Ebony's does, even though mine's not brilliant for low light, it handles it better than Ebony's. So I'm going to let Ebony use some of my footage as well. So there might be some duplicate footage in there and stuff, but
2 different channels, no problem.
Yeah, we can obviously then take Ebony's audio and and make it her own video just with some of my footage and stuff. So it'll take me, it'll give me the next couple of weeks to play around with and see what we can come up with, and there'll be we'll both have like
you're 3 or 4 vlogs. You're awesome. So.
Thanks, mate. Thanks. I'm still just getting used to that. So yeah, but yeah, it's good. It's just finding the time, because obviously when I'm at work all day and stuff as well, then it's a bit it's a bit taxing. But yeah, I'll maybe spend this week editing and chilling out.
So
So
at that point, on that note, let's plug the channels there. Let's do it, buddy.
yeah, man. Okay, so guys, if you've not already done so, please check out Ebony's little channel. That's my little girl's channel. She's blown up. I need to obviously claim her vanity name now as well because yeah, she's
Yeah, she
obviously
hit
reached
100,
that.
so yeah.
Yeah, she hit 100, and she's what's she now? 130.
11, I think I saw. She is 133. Sorry. Yes, awesome, Ebony.
133. Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah,
That's awesome.
so please check out Ebony's little channel. 3 words. Yeah,
Links below,
she's gonna have
or
some
definitely after the stream will be below.
yeah, she's gonna have some really cool stuff coming out from the Paris stuff, and then obviously she just films things that she has fun doing. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
She's such a great personality. So
yeah, thank you. And then yeah, if you're not checked me out yet, check out AdamsLand, please, as well. Which I think Rob's put in below. So
they're there. I
Adamsland,
just checked. They're both there.
Yeah.
Third line, second line, third
Thank
line.
you very much. And obviously drop that rope, which is Rob's.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. And our partner channels, Mike and Jen, Our Theme Life as well.
Yes, definitely. And my partner channel, Alpha Traveler 1, Kenny. So definitely check him out.
Yes.
And Road Trip Dave, my partner channel as well.
Trip Dave, yep.
He
we've
is
also got to give a shout out to
what?
So, yeah, blocked worldwide, yeah. And
he's under the new name of Possum Dave. I don't know if you saw he had a possum in his garage today.
Dave. Oh wow, no, yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out in a bit. So, Pirate Princess Red's in. Hey, Pirate Princess Red.
Hey,
so yeah, I'm gonna have to give a shout out to Resort TV One as well because obviously it was such a blast being able to film for them. So you know, obviously Ebony and I wouldn't have had that massive subscriber jump if it wasn't for doing the stream on their channel. So and they even got some subs as well. I can't remember how many it was, but it was crazy ending that live stream for Resort TV One. And you know when you get your stats at the end of a live stream on YouTube, and it was like the watch time had grown by like 26 days or something like that. And I was like, crazy. Wow,
it's unbelievable to see the stats.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, they you know, just from that one live stream, it was almost.
I need 26 days.
Yeah, almost a month time of yeah. So that was really really good fun, and they gained some stats during the Paris stream as well. Sorry, they gained some subs during the Paris stream as well. So
yeah, YouTube was doing some purging, but I'm still at the same. I'm at 1,300 subscribers. I hit 1,300 subscribers the other day. So
yes, congratulations on
Thank you.
that as well.
And then Resort TV One's at 34,000 subscribers. Hey, thank you. I missed. Hold on a sec. See, I missed that. It's too. Hold on. Yeah, now you can finish it. We're finishing it up here. Yeah. Nice. Cheers. And it was weird because they had a couple hundred past 34,000. Now they're 34,085 now. They definitely lost some subscribers today, which is bizarre. But they hit the 34,000 mark. So, but congratulations, guys, on 34,000 subscribers.
Yes, congratulations.
Less than a half hour, they're going live. They're doing their mail vlog. So
yeah, I'm gonna join in that one in the chat just because.
He said media. What's going on?
Yeah, that'll be. Sam in. Hey Sam, how you doing, dude? So that's my nephew. Sam
how do you? So how do you say his name? He kept coming onto my channel. I don't know how to say his name.
Yeah, it's a comedy because his name's Sam. Obviously YouTube Media, so Sam Media. So
okay, just, I think you did explain it to me. Sam Media. All right, I wanted to make sure I was right. So I said it right, but I was just making sorry, Sam. What's up? I know it's funny because I recognize him from your stream, so I'm sorry, Sam. He came into the test streams, right? That's how I know him. So.
Yes, he came in the test streams, and he was really helpful actually as well.
That's good. Yeah, I wasn't helpful. Sorry.
No, it's cool, dude. No, I think like the first test stream I did, it was literally for like the first half an hour or so. It was literally Sam and Jen from Our Theme Life, so that were helping me, and then Brandon jumped in as well. So yeah, that was the first test, and so yeah, Sam. I might have to make Sam a mod on my channel at some point because he's really helpful. So
I think you have to. That's good.
Yeah, and he wants to start vlogging stuff as well. So me and Ebony are going to maybe take Sam on a live stream or a vlog with us as well, and build him up from there. So yeah.
That's awesome. All right, Adam. Thank you so much. We're trying to get another pub talk in. We've been trying to talk to our pubbers there. So
Yeah.
maybe check tomorrow. I'm not sure.
Hopefully a pub talk tomorrow. So yeah, because Jen is in
Okay.
place for Mike. So yeah, and Caesar's there now saying hashtag shout out Brandon.
There's Caesar. What's
So
up, Caesar?
yeah. So
I
yeah,
think
we need to do a pub talk. We need to
we had
get a
such a
few
great
beers down.
time last time, so it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. So
We're gonna be doing a horror one coming up. I think I want to do Back to the Future. I want to do Indiana Jones. I want to do a couple different stuff. So
yeah,
I've heard of
there's a
Star
few that we've
Wars in
got
the parks.
lined up. Yeah, yeah.
I got some ideas. Just
Yeah.
stuff that guys like to talk about. Yeah. And Jen, yeah. And whoever, any guests.
And anyone's welcome in the pub, like
I
guys,
think
ladies.
Morty said
The,
he'd
the
come
rule
too.
is
I
if you're going to
talked
come to
Morty
the
into
pub,
it the other day too.
have a
Sorry.
beer.
Wait, hold on a sec. What?
I was just going to say the rule is if anyone ever wants to join us in the pub, as long as you got a beer in your hand, or other drinks are available, a glass of wine or a cider or whatever you drink, or whiskey or whatever. Just come and join us in the pub.
Nice.
Anyone that that wants to join us sometime, and we'll welcome everyone to the pub.
Caesar said Indiana Jones trilogy. I think I want to watch these movies again before we do it. I think everyone that's their homework because we watched what did we watch last time? We did Jaws, and everyone had to watch Jaws. So that's when we did that.
And then and then obviously for the pub talk we did the Great Movie Ride.
Great movie ride, right? Yeah. So I got to
yeah.
do my homework. But Caesar's into the Indy trilogy. So, and then next week, I think if it is not tomorrow, we're definitely next Wednesday. I think we're gonna do pub talk. So we have a blast.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Hopefully tomorrow. Well, why not both? I like the pub. So yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Frankie Friday this Friday. We'll be there 2:00. Definitely, literally breaking news. Francesco just got his laptop, so
nice.
he's just sent me breaking news. He sent me
he
sent me his picture of his MacBook Pro there, so he just picked it up. So
I will just be getting home from work by the time you'll go live, so I'll try and catch that.
Yeah, definitely check in. And we got a pub talk coming up. We got to talk to the guys, and in the fall, I want to do a lot of stuff. So Adam, thank you so much for always coming on with me. You're awesome. Caesar said later taters.
Later taters.
That's awesome. Sorry, Sam Media. Yeah, we just you could rewind though. It was a good stream, definitely. Again, definitely check out AdamsLand. Check out Adam's Little World. Definitely check out Our Theme Life, Alpha Traveler 1, and Road Trip Dave, our other partners, my other partners, and some of your partners. It's confusing, I know. So. But
that's cool.
Thank you guys so much. Adam, thank you. Welcome home. Cheers. I will see you soon. And thank you everyone for tuning in. Wait, hold on a second. I missed your cheers.
And I'll see anybody that joins the Resort TV One chat in
15 minutes now. Yeah.
Minutes?
We'll see you over at Resort TV 1.
20 minutes. So laughing, Caesar says Adam's Little World. Yeah, that was it. I nearly called it Adam's Little Channel, didn't I? So
yeah, that was awesome. Adam's Little World. That was awesome. We're cracking up. So.
Yeah,
I'm gonna throw everyone over to Resort TV One. I'll put the link down below there. So not that you really need to know where they are.
So yeah.
I think everyone knows we're Resort TV One. So yeah, they're going live in a few minutes. Definitely go check out Resort TV One. I just put the link down there. So Josh and Jenna are awesome. So congratulations on 34,000 subscribers. Is that what it was? 34? Yeah, 34,000. I want to make sure. And congratulations on you and your channel, Adam. Definitely check out Adam's World. And,
thank you very much.
Ebony's little
Adam's
channel. Adam's Little Land. Adam's Little Land. He said that by accident in the live stream. Adam's Little Land. So. And thank you guys. Adam's Little Land, Adam's Little Channel. Oh, no, you did say Adam's
yeah, so I just lost my train of thought, and I was just, I think because there was that many people. Obviously, I wasn't used to doing a stream with that many people joining, like on Resort TV.
You did awesome, though. I don't know how you did.
I found myself just babbling at somebody. I was like, oh my god,
I would have do the same thing. It's too funny.
So,
you did great, though. Congratulations on that 3-hour, 20-minute live stream. It was unbelievable. So he did awesome. Real good.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, Sam saying, come on, Rob.
Too funny. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We are out of here, and I will see you soon, guys. Thank you so much. My watch hours are getting there. If you don't mind, just keep watching my shows and my channels and
This
everything.
this life of ours is saying I don't have a link to Adam. Rachel.
He's right on the.
Okay.
He's in the notes there. So I'll send over. Here's Adam's link right here. Bye, Meg. Good seeing you. There's Adam's link. I just put it on there. So
thank you very much, dude.
and I'll pop up Ebony's too. So hold on a second. Yeah, definitely check out Adam's awesome. So definitely check him out.
Thank you very much.
And here's Ebony's little channel is right here. Here's the link for her channel. She's got to get the vanity URL. He's got to work on that. So she just hit 100. So that's awesome. So
yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everyone. And thanks for tuning in. I will see everyone soon. Thanks, Ruth. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for checking in.
Cheers, guys. Thanks, Ruth. Thanks, Sam. Thanks, everyone else. Meg, This Life of Ours, Downscale, everyone. So, yeah.
Awesome.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Take care.
Bye.